What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode here on Full Throttle. My name is Charlie, and today I'm going to be doing something pretty cool. Actually, I'm going to be converting my rear coilovers to true rear coilovers. So what I did is I bought some springs from BC, the locking rings, and the little plastic / rubber pieces that the isolators that go in between the spring and the upper mount and the lower mount. And what I'm going to be doing is doing those today, and I'm also going to be replacing my toe arms as well on the rear to get rid of my spring bucket, and that way I can adjust my toe. So what I'll do is I'll show you real quick. Okay, so I'm running these right now because I burned through my other tires. But if you see here, my toe on the inside here is like way in, and the rear is like kicked out pretty far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace my toe arms so that they're adjustable. I've got them in here, and they got sent to me by a subscriber. Actually, I traded him some car parts, and he sent me these. So that's pretty cool. They're Megan. They're not SPL like the lower control arms, which I probably will go in the future. I'll probably go with some SPL ones. But then I got these springs and these locking rings and these little plastic pieces too. Alright, so I'll leave all those part numbers in the description, and that way you guys, if you guys are in the same situation I am, that you want to rebuild your rear coilovers to make them true rears, then I'll leave those there and you guys can do with it what you want. But right now my shop is kind of full, so this car has been on my lift, which I've got another video coming up pretty soon as well. This is a G37 Sport Package. It's a 2013. And it only has 40,000 miles on it. I've already got it pretty much stripped. The engine and stuff is still in it, however. But yeah, I'm gonna be stripping out the engine and everything. But Akibanos. I'm gonna be doing an Akibano big brake kit on my car, and these Akibano big brakes are gonna be powder coated. I've already got the high temp stickers that goes on them that says Akibano instead of Infinity. And I'm going to be putting these with these rotors and probably stainless lines on my car. So that's going to be a pretty fun thing. I want to get 2 more of these rear calipers so I can go with a dual caliper setup on the rear, and that way I can put in a hydro in my car, and that'll be a lot better for what I'm using my car for. And I also got these. So these are Brembos that are going on my girlfriend's car, Selena. Got the rotors here, and all the lines and everything are in here. I don't know if she's gonna get stainless lines or not, but we got all of that, and yeah, so got a lot of stuff to come. I'm going to head over to a buddy of mine's shop, and we're gonna start the install on these toe arms and converting these rear coilovers.
Disarmed.
And get to work. Maybe I won't even use the pad.
How's it going? Hey, what's this address here?
What was that?
What's the address here?
11357 This is not my shop.
Whose shop is it?
It's my friend. He's in Hawaii on his honeymoon.
Okay. You have some parts for sale? For a Jaguar?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. So this is the right spot. Hey, some folks are gonna. Are you occupying this right now? Like, who's got the keys and who's opening and all this stuff right now?
Me.
Okay. There's some guys up front.
Okay.
Other police officers. We're doing an inspection. Can you open the front door?
Yeah. This is not my shop. Like,
That's fine. You're okay. And again, just you want to identify myself.
Okay.
We're with DMV Investigations.
Do you actually mind if I see that?
Yeah. Well, I hold
Oh,
it.
okay.
Disarmed.
we have authority under 6055 to do it, because anybody who's doing any kind of mechanic repairs, if you're licensed or not, you can come in and inspect, because what we're looking for is stolen vehicles.
This isn't a coincidence, you know what I mean?
Bro. Dude, that's fucking crazy, bro. There was like fucking 7 cops here.
5
cops. Alright, time to get this jacked up after all that shit. Alright guys, so what I'm going to start by doing is I'm going to drop these wheels and start taking off the rear struts for the coilovers, the dampers, and then I'm going to start putting these springs on right here, and that way I can delete the spring buckets and put the tow arms. Alright guys, so what we have here is we've got these bolts to take out right here and right here, and then I've got that'll drop the spring. And I'm just going to get rid of the spring altogether, and that's when we're going to put the tow arm in here. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take the tow arm and I'm going to line it up just to make sure that it's the right length and that I'm not going to run into any problems after I do all this other work. So I just weighed the stock spring bucket. The spring bucket weighs 2 pounds 13 ounces, and the Megan tow arm that deletes the spring bucket is 2 pounds exactly. So you're saving a little bit of weight, plus that's not including the weight of the stock spring. So if you have a stock spring, then that's going to be even more weight. I just thought I'd mention that. Alright guys, so I basically got this side together. This is what it looks like so far. So I got the Megan tow arm in there. And this is the way the coilover looks. And we got it all pretty much back together on this side. Now I'm going to show you guys how I did that and what I needed to do, and I'm going to show you guys how I do this side. So first I'm going to start by taking the spring bucket off, and then I'm going to start by taking the strut off, and I'll show you guys the process. So I loosened the spring bucket on this side. It's a 17 on one side and a 19 on the other side. So I already loosened that. I'm going to take that bolt out now, and then I'm going to loosen this one right here. So I'm going to take this one out real quick. Alright, so you're going to want to be careful now, because when you go to drop this, the spring is just going to fall. So you're going to want to catch the spring. So now that I'm done dropping the spring bucket, I'm going to drop the strut. So it's a 17 millimeter, and you're going to need a 17 for the back. And then you got 2 12s on top, and you've got a 2 millimeter Allen wrench that goes to the upper part of your where you adjust the dampening on your strut. So you're going to pull that little knob off of the top, and then you're going to be able to take the 2 12s out on the bottom and then pull the strut down. And then, so what we're going to be doing is, come on, focus here, is we're going to be taking this top hat off here. So you're going to need a 2 millimeter to take this off. Then you're going to need a 14 millimeter here and a 17 millimeter here. So you're going to break this loose, and then you're going to take this top one off, and then you're going to be able to unscrew this 17 millimeter here, and then this top hat comes off, and then you can tap this lower portion off, and then throw your spring. You're going to have to take this rubber boot off, and then throw your locking rings on, and then throw your spring on and your isolators, and throw it all back together, and it's actually pretty easy. The other side actually went by like that. So I've got a 17, I've got a 14, and I've got a 2 millimeter Allen wrench. And first of all, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loosen this up here, pull this top portion off, and then you can hold like this. That piece comes loose, and then you just unscrew it just like that. This piece is going to come out. And then what you can do is break this loose. So then when that piece comes off, I keep these like this, so I know which one goes on which side. I don't know if it matters, but and then you remove this boot. I didn't have to remove the bump stop last time, but all you have to do, then you take your new locking rings, and I'll leave the links for all these parts in the description. Hopefully I still have the links for everything, but these are, I believe they're 53 millimeters, and that's the standard size for these shock tubes. When they sell them as when they sell a complete coilover set, unless they're specifically ordered or customized when somebody orders them, then they're going to be 53 millimeters. You got your spring here, and this is the 62, and it had like a period online, 62 period 200 period 005. And I think these are like the dimensions of the spring and the either that or the load capacity. And you can throw this little rubber boot back on. And then throw the spring on. You put this bottom one on first, and then this side of what that has this groove goes downwards, so it meets with the where's the other plastic cap? So then this goes down like this. This goes on here like, or well, you can see. Oh shit. Just like that, and then these ones go on top. Alright, so then I'm going to flip this over real quick, get the spring right in the middle down there, and then I'm going to screw these down to hold the spring in place. And what I saw on another video was you tighten this by hand a decent amount, and then what you do is you take this locking ring, you put it all the way up to it, and then you take your spanner wrench and you compress this spring, setting the preload the width of this wrench, which is 2 millimeters. Now you can see that this spanner wrench fits in here perfectly. And then what you do is you just, there you go. And that's preload. That's all you need to do. And the spring doesn't move by itself. That's it. Now you just throw the coilover back on your car. I am going to have to put on this piece on the top, which screws into place for the dampening knob. So now what I'm doing is I just got the strut back up through here. I fed the, I had to remove the plastic trim on the top inside the trunk again, but all you have to do is feed the dampening cable up through the hole, and then you can put the nuts back on, and the coilover is pretty much installed. All I have to do is put the bottom screw on. I'm going to adjust my dampening again, because during this process the knobs might have got turned a little bit, so I don't want different levels of dampening on both sides. I want to keep them both at the same level, so I'm going to re-click them all the way up to like 1, and then I'm going to back off how many clicks I want until for my damping level. So now what I'm doing is I'm throwing this tow arm up. It goes like this. Hopefully, you see how it's like I have to put a lot of pressure just to get the bolt through the hole on the other side. because the hole's diameter is like very close to the diameter of the bolt itself. God, this side was a lot easier than the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to throw these rims back on. I'm going to put some steel wheels underneath these wheels, and then I'm going to lower the car on top of them, so I don't have to keep going up and down. So like I can see, I don't have to take the lift out from underneath my car to see the height of the coilovers. So I'm just going to tighten these down, and then see the height of the coilovers, and then adjust from there. And then I'm also going to try to adjust my toe at the same time, so that way I can figure out exactly where my toe is sitting. All right, so now I'm going to lower the lift. This is what I meant by having tires on the ground, just like this. And I'm going to lower each wheel onto each tire, and then I'm going to figure out what my height is and how much I need to adjust them. So you can see I've got quite a bit of wheel gap here, and my front does not have nearly as much wheel gap. So I'm going to try to lower these backs and try to match my front. Alright guys, so what I'm doing now is I'm just adjusting the coilovers. I'm dropping them down about 1 inch because they had a big difference from the front, and I kind of wanted my car to be like somewhat symmetrical, and at least until I get new rims for the rear. And yeah, so I'm just going to drop this down 1 inch, and I guess I'll just explain real quick how this works. Alright, so all you do to adjust these coilovers is you loosen this bottom locking ring, and then you twist this entire assembly into the lower mount. You don't adjust the spring preload here. You just spin the entire thing into this lower mount. That's all you have to do. You don't have to do anything else. And what I usually do is I'll just spin this up exactly how much I need to like lower the car or raise the car. And then what I'll do from there is I'll just spin this entire thing until it goes all the way into the lower mount, and the ring seats itself. That way you can measure from the distance from here to the locking ring, and you don't have to keep measuring over and over again or count threads or anything like that. So now that I've got this decent, it's not like I don't have hella wheel gap, like literally it's not even that much space, but it's pretty close to the front, and I think I'm gonna leave it here for now. But I am going to try to adjust this toe a little bit, and you can see how in the front of my wheel is compared to how out the rear is. Alright guys, so I adjusted this as much as I could right now, and it looks a little bit better. And this is what it looks like when it's all done. So I'm gonna lower the car down and show you guys what it looks like now. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how you convert your coilovers to BC true rears. Alright guys, so this is pretty much the end of the video, but this is my car. The toe in the back looks a lot better, and the back of the wheel is not as out as it was, and the front is not as in. So it looks a lot better, and I tightened everything up, and I think I'm going to take it to alignment, and then that's it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, be sure to drop them in the comment section below. I'd be happy to help you. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section. This is what I do at the end of every video. I swear to God, I have to take it like 5 times. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below. I'd be happy to help. Check out my eBay store. I'll leave that in the description. I sell a lot of 350Z, G35, G37, 300ZX parts. So if you need anything, be sure to hit that eBay store. If you like this video or it helped you out at all, hit that thumbs up button. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.